It's the I Can't Mom Today podcast with Heather, the new mom, and Vera, the seasoned mom. I Can't Mom Today.
Hey everyone, this is Heather and Vera with I Can't Mom Today podcast. We're back again, episode 2. Vera, what's going on with you? What's happened since last week?
Let's see. Not a whole lot. You know, my son's getting into the groove with his second year of high school. Yeah. So he said, he's like, Mom, this is so hard because it's sophomore year. And so the teachers have just totally thrown a whole bunch of stuff on him all at once. And I guess that they kind of do that on purpose because they're like, this is going to be a tough year. So get ready. We're not going to ease you into it. So
why is it a tough year? It's sophomore. It's not like it's their senior or freshman.
Well, freshman year, they only take, at least here anyway, they only take a few core classes. They don't take all, 5? They only take 4, I think, core classes, like basically like serious subjects. And this year he's taking 5. So that's a little harder. He's taking Spanish, like he didn't have to take a language last year, and he's taking history, which he didn't take last year. So it's definitely a lot harder than last year anyway.
Have you thought about taking Spanish with him?
Actually, we started doing, and Jerry is totally addicted now to Duolingo.
Oh God, yeah. I try it every time I'm on it for like a day, and then it's like, hey, where are you? Hey, what are you doing?
Yeah. Learning a language just takes practice every day. Where are you? Where the hell are you?
I'll get back to it in 3 months when I remember again.
Yeah, I can promise you that's probably what Jerry's doing right now on his laptop.
You mean like P90X, that whole thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Love you, Jerry.
Yeah, backstory, P90X. So Jerry saw the infomercial late at night, and he's like, you think I should do this? Maybe I should do this, could get in shape, whatever. He took one look at the box and was like, nah.
Yeah. I don't know if did he sell it, or is it still sitting around?
I think he gave it to a friend, I think.
Nice.
So what about you? What about you guys?
Okay, well, so exciting news. Last night, Baker did sleep through the night.
Yay!
You think. So I've mentioned this before, I think. Baker's still in our bedroom in the pack and play because AC, we don't have it. It's only in our room. It's too hot for him to sleep in his room. The pack and play mattress is so thin, and it's just like it doesn't sit in there like a normal, crib mattress. And so in the middle of the night, probably, I don't even know what time it was, but I was like, oh my gosh, he hasn't woken up. It's so nice.
Yeah.
I just start hearing, and it's way more obnoxious than that. It was like a kung fu fighting like championship in there. Well, he slept through the night. We did not.
Oh my gosh.
He lifts up his legs and just drops them like body slam drop.
Weird.
I know, right? He just is determined to never let us sleep through a night.
I know. That's what I always used to feel like there was like some between Luke and now, of course, now that he's older, it's better. But the animals, like my cat likes to wake me up at 4 and 5 in the morning. And I think it's a conspiracy. These creatures do not want to let me sleep.
Because when Baker does sleep a good night, which has been like 6 times, Mexie usually wakes up, which is my dog. Mm-hmm. She usually wakes up and it's like, Rah! I'm like, yeah. And Brad doesn't wake up with that stuff. So,
oh yeah, well, that's what the mommy ears. Some people say that once you have a child, that you have mommy ears and you're more sensitive to waking up, especially more sensitive than men. Sorry,
no, he's always been like a rock. He can sleep.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. He evidently at one point there was like a fire in his apartment complex. And him and his cousin slept through like the fire engines.
Oh my gosh, seriously?
Yeah, they can sleep through anything.
Oh wow, that would be annoying, having a small child and a husband that sleeps through everything.
Oh, I just hit him. Like this morning he was sleeping through his alarm. I'm like, your alarm's going off. You're gonna wake bigger.
So when in doubt, beat your husband. There you go.
Yes. So that transitions to a survey, yet another survey, because we love surveys around here. Yeah. Brought to you by Mattress Firm. Got to give credit where credit is due, right? Mm-hmm. So they reveal that 27% of new parents would be willing to live on baby food for an entire year if it meant they would get a good night's sleep.
Oh yeah, I would have lived on baby food for 2 years.
I feel like
If you'd offered me.
1980s baby food, no, but like the
Yeah.
current baby food is really like it's pretty good actually.
Yeah, see, it's funny, I never had for some reason, I didn't wanna try Luke's baby food. It was like, for some reason, I had this psychological block, like, that's his food. I
Oh,
can't
really?
eat it.
No.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
weird.
I haven't
So what
tried
are
it at
some of your
all.
favorites?
Well, I mean, like the strawberry banana obviously is the best one,
Ooh,
but
that sounds good.
yeah, some of them are just there was some that like is a gelatinous grossness, and I would not
Ew.
no, I wouldn't try that. But in fairness, he also turned his nose up at it, so
Oh, okay.
yeah,
He was
yeah,
also like, "No, thank you." Mm.
yeah, nothing. Yeah. What other things like would you give up for a full night's sleep in those first few years?
Hmm. Let's see. I would have given up, social media.
Would you
I think
though?
I would give up I
Would
could
you?
give up Facebook and all that if it meant I could gotten sleep. I mean, I was so sleep deprived that first year and a half that
Mhm.
you become desperate.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I think I would have given up with social media. I mean, obviously, you need it sometimes for work, so that would have been hard to do, but if I didn't need it for work, I would totally give it up.
When Luke was little, was there social media?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't think there was actually.
I don't think it was as prevalent as it is now. I think there was probably MySpace and
Yeah. God,
Throwback.
I'm old, Heather. Thanks for bringing that up.
Well, no, I just thought about that. I mean, Luke isn't that old. I mean, he's
Yeah, it's
15,
15.
so it's
Yeah.
not like he's 35.
No, it's true. It's not like I'm 35.
Oh, those are the days.
Right?
More things that they found out. The average parent loses a third of their nightly sleep after becoming or welcoming a baby into the family.
Yeah, that
Little
makes
sleep
sense.
robbers.
They really are. They are. I know.
One day, right? I hear it gets better.
Yeah, it does. It gets different, I think, is really a lot of what it does too. Like people say the problems are more complicated. There's maybe fewer day-to-day problems, knock on wood, but they
Mhm.
become more complicated. Like it takes
Yeah.
more of your brain power to figure out how to help your kid.
Yeah, I mean, because it's not like, "Oh, let me help you up." It's,
Yeah.
helping them with social problems and friend
Yeah.
problems and
Yep.
life, like
Yeah.
real life, not like baby life.
Yeah. I think, yeah, a lot of it has to do with relationships, like even if it's relationships with their teachers or, other kids, whether romantic or just friends, having fights with friends and
Mhm.
all that kind of stuff. Teaching them to drive. That's what we're doing right now. Oh, dear Lord.
Oh my gosh,
So,
how's that going?
ah, to give him credit, he is so awesome and so conscientious. So there's that. But then he drives because he's trying to be careful, he drives kinda slowly, but I
Mhm.
don't wanna tell him to speed up because I
Yeah.
want him to be careful, but it's nerve-wracking too, because then it's like I'm still driving even though he's driving because I have to watch the road, and then I can't freak out if I think he's gonna, like, hit something or somebody's gonna hit us. So I have to be like, "Watch out for that car. Watch out for the pedestrian walking over there. Watch out for" like, because if I go,
That's a
"Watch out!" then he's like, "What?"
yeah, I don't know how I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe hopefully they'll be like flying cars and like tubes by Time Baker.
Yeah, or
Jetson style,
self-driving cars. Nobody will need to drive by then anyway, right?
for sure. Definitely. So 48% of new parents say their biggest challenge is sleep loss. Would you agree, disagree, or other?
That's almost half.
I know.
Wow, so it's kinda split. I wonder, wasn't there something about, like, the challenges on there? There was, like we had a list, I think. Let me see. The other challenges or things that they didn't expect. Oh, it says
No,
it's harder
the
than I
10 biggest
thought.
no, but under that says 10 biggest obstacles of being a first-time parent.
Ah, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but this math does not add up.
Yeah, I was gonna say well, I think because,
I think they're taking a
um
lot of different data.
yeah. Yeah, maybe, yeah, from different like, the way that they did the questions that were from different,
Mhm.
it was like, "Did you find this to be an obstacle? Did you find this to be an obstacle?" Not rate your obstacles. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So, yeah, it was harder than I thought. That was 34% of people. Only a third of people thought it was harder than they thought. I guess they knew it was hard. I don't
Or
know. I still think it was pretty
maybe,
darn hard.
let me tell you, if I had a full staff, I wouldn't think it was hard.
Good point. Yeah.
So,
Maybe some of these
or
suckers had more help.
or maybe they live with family. Yeah. I mean, it could be a lot of things. I do not have that, so
Yeah,
really,
right?
really tough.
Well, you guys don't have any family that lives near you, do you?
No.
Yeah. See, and that's nice because my mom moved down close, at least sort of close, but 30 minutes away. So if I needed to go away for the weekend or whatever, or, you know, I could at least get that help. And you guys don't really have that.
Nope.
Ugh.
I know. It's tough. We did go away a couple weekends ago to Seattle. My mom came in town to watch Baker, which was nice, but I didn't really get to spend time with her because she came in the day before we left and then left the day after we left. And I had
Oh, yeah.
a meeting that I had to prepare for. So it was just like I didn't really get to see her. So that kind of sucked. But
Yeah.
it was very nice of her to come help us because that's the first time. I mean, he's almost a year, and that's the first time we haven't had him in our possession overnight.
Ah, yeah. Well, it's good to practice that. I think it's important to try and do stuff like that if you can swing it,
Totally.
because, well, for your relationship, especially, I mean, your sanity, because that was one of the other things on the list, like not being able to just take a break. I think it was like 32% of people said that was one of the biggest obstacles of being a first-time parent. And
Yeah.
if you don't allow you, because I know I've had some friends who are like, I don't want to leave him with somebody else, and I
Mhm.
just don't, and then I'm not raising my child, and it's like, pff, no, go take a break.
Yeah, no,
It really
mine's not
is.
the leaving him and not raising him, like, "Bye, boo," but
Yeah.
I don't know that I love my friends but they have families and they can't take him, and so,
Yeah.
I'd have to hire somebody, and it's like, who do I trust? Because, so many things can happen, and it's just paranoia sets in, and I'm just
Oh,
like,
for sure.
I don't wanna."
Yep. Oh, I still, when Luke goes, I mean, because he's like sleepover king, he's constantly sleeping over at other kids' houses, or other kids are coming over here. And, I'm always, the little part of me is like, okay, what's going on over at that kid's house?
Yeah.
And he's 15, he could, and
Yeah.
a second degree black belt, and karate chop somebody if they mess with him. But still, it's
But
like,
still, I mean, like, these kids are hormone filled right now, like, 15?
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
we're going through our emotional turmoil right now with Baker because he is breaking down. Like,
Aw.
well, he's gotten into that, like, "I no, I," like, kind of like, "I don't wanna do this," like, because he walks now. So we can officially say he walks because, he goes for a long time without, like, sitting down or squatting or falling.
Cool. Yeah.
Which, yeah, it is cool, but then so we try to, walk him wherever we can, well, wherever we're going. As
Mhm.
soon as we try to pick him up, he's like, "Rah!" and, like, arches his back, and you're like, "Oof."
Yeah. Ooh, he's willful.
Oh, yeah. He
Yeah.
gets it from Brad, obviously.
Yeah, right. Heather is not stubborn at all.
No. No, not me.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that when Luke started to walk, that it was like he crawled so well that he didn't start walking till he was over a year old. Because I remember at his
Mhm.
first year birthday party, he still wasn't walking, but he
Yeah.
crawled. He was fast, man. This kid was
Yes.
like, so he was like, "What's the point in walking when I can do this so well, so well?" So,
Mhm.
but the walking was a little bit of a pain, but it was, to me, it wasn't all that different, other than he could reach more stuff.
Yeah, I mean, did you have to, because now it's like you have to bolt your furniture to the wall.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Have you not seen that video of those two, like, twins or the kids that they open up the drawer to the dresser, and one of I don't know if one of them or both of them were on there. I can't remember truthfully, but the dresser fell on the other kid.
Oh, yeah, the dresser fell over. Yeah.
Yeah, so now
Oh.
I mean, I'm sure it was before this. You, like, anchor it to the wall with, like, a strap.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I didn't
so
do that.
we haven't done any of this yet
Oh,
because
yeah.
we're renting a house, so we feel bad putting holes in walls, especially because this house is like, 19 early 1900s. It has
Mhm.
plaster walls and
Yeah.
so they're like,
Yeah.
we really don't want a lot of, holes in the wall, but then it's safety or worrying about your holes in the wall.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if so you're worried about I mean, I guess he could pull down bookshelves too.
I know we have a gigantic bookshelf in his room too.
Really? Ooh.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, because if he tried to climb on it, I guess it would fall over.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Did
Wow. The
did Luke
things that you're
ever try
thinking.
to, like, get out of his crib? That's another thing I'm paranoid about.
Oh, it's actually kind of a cute story because the house we were living in, that was the townhouse, remember? So
Uh-huh.
it had an upstairs and his room was upstairs and my room was at the foot of the stairs.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden I hear kind of like a noise and not crying, just kind of like a huh, like that. And I run up there and he's standing in the dead center of his room with his bottle, like in his arm, and just standing there, just like looking at me with his eyes as wide as saucers, like, how did I
And
do
he's
that?
got big eyes anyway, or he
Yes.
had like, they were, like, not they're not big eyes, but they're just
But yeah,
very,
they're
uh,
big. Yeah,
prevalent,
like
I guess.
big SpongeBob eyes, like really
But they're
big blue
adorable.
eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was standing there, like, just in his diaper, like, looking at me like, it seemed like a good idea at the time, but now I'm a little freaked out." Like,
Now,
'cause
what did
it's
you
like
do though to keep did you just go, "Okay, well, and this is our life."
yeah, pretty much. I mean, and then I picked him up. I was like, "What are you doing?" And so I just picked him up and put him back in his crib, and he never tried to get out again after that. I think he scared himself.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, but Luke is I always joke around that he was born an 80-year-old man because
Mhm,
he's very cautious and he
mm,
likes things to be just so. So I
mhm.
think he kind of realized, yeah, I'm good with the confines of my crib for right now. I don't need to be, crawling out of here. Whereas I have other friends, like our friend Carrie, her daughter was always crawling out. She used to finger
Which
paint with her,
one? Oh,
Kyla.
Kyla?
She used to finger
Finger
paint with
paint.
her poop, remember, all over the walls. She'd
And
be
she's like
mortified
a
if she knew
senior,
that I was
right?
talking about that, and she's a senior in high school right now, yeah.
Yes.
Uh, yeah, so she was a nightmare, as a baby, whereas Luke was great till he could really talk, and then it was like, "Oh, dear Lord, somebody shut him up."
I don't think Baker is gonna be a compliant child.
Yeah, that no,
Just
well,
gonna
he's
go ahead
got
and
your
throw that
genes.
out there. No, like last night we were in his room. He has two like tricycle things. So he has a tiny one that he pushes around. It's one of those ones that they can sit on and he
Mhm.
scoots. He doesn't use it like that, but that's the way you're supposed to. And then there's the other one that's a transitional tricycle. So right now we push him in it, but at some point he is going to be able to, use that tricycle as a tricycle.
Ah,
So
okay.
he loves the big one. Oh my god, he loves it. So he steps on the little one, just trying to get to that other one, and we're like, "What?" And he's falling and trying to hit his head, and we're like,
Ah.
oh Lord."
Yeah, nerve-wracking. Oh, dear.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to be able to be confined.
Yeah.
And then right now he's in a Montessori school.
Ah, yes, Luke did that too.
Put our pinkies out. And they're really great. I love them, but they sleep
Mhm.
on floor beds, and so I'm just not sure how. I don't know if I wanna do that because, there are plugs in the room and there is, furniture, and I'm just so paranoid that he's gonna
Get up
do
and wander
something
around and stick
stupid.
his fingers in the
Yeah.
electrical sockets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they have a teacher or somebody in there when they're sleeping, don't they?
Yes, but I'm talking about at home.
Oh, you don't wanna do
When
that at
that time
home.
comes
Yeah.
that he crawls out of his crib because it's inevitable.
Yeah. Yeah. I think most kids at least try once or twice.
Mhm.
Yeah, hmm.
I know.
Well, you'll cross that bridge when you come to it. Like Luke, again, he was one of those kids. I could give him crayons or markers or whatever, and he only drew on the walls like one time, I think, barely. But other than that, whereas other kids, you hand them a marker, the first thing they do is run to the wall and start scribbling on it. So, He realized you don't draw on the walls. Oh, gotcha. Don't draw on the walls. Not drawing on the walls. That's just him.
Yeah, he's always been very compliant. Not food wise, but
No, yeah. That's another topic we'll have to touch on someday. Picky eaters.
Sure. Who, Luke?
Yeah, right. Mr. I eat nothing but pasta with butter and Parmesan on it. Yeah.
Yes, for years. And chicken. He did have chicken nuggets.
Yeah, he did. Well, I got him to eat those Morningstar Farms ones because they
Yep.
were supposed to be natural, and I was trying not to give him anything, you know. Then he found out that wasn't real chicken, and then he stopped eating it.
Kids.
Right? So let's do that. I think we should do that next week. Do something like picky eaters. Is your kid a picky eater? Or what kind of weird stuff has your kid eaten or not eaten? Some kids have aversions to strange things, like Luke he hates ranch dressing. So when I'd try to get him to eat vegetables, people would say, try putting ranch on it. Nope, wouldn't work. So stuff like that, things that your kid maybe doesn't eat, does eat. Are they picky? Are they not picky? If they are picky, what solutions did you come up with maybe that you can share with other parents who have picky eaters? I think that would be an interesting thing to talk about next time.
Absolutely. I love that idea. So if you want to give us your stories or hit us up, you can email it to ican'tmomtodaypodcast@gmail.com. You can hit up the Facebook page. Well, we have a group. It's I Can't Mom Today.
Yeah.
And if you want to send even pictures, because I love pictures of babies with food all over them. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
His invitation has he loves what is it called? I can't remember. He loves yogurt. And so it's just dripping all over his face. It's hilarious. So send us those pictures at our Instagram at I Can't Mom Today podcast, and just go like us. And if you like our podcast, definitely subscribe to it, because we want to hear we want you to subscribe. We want to keep you informed with all of our episodes, and each week that it comes out, it's going to be really easy. It'll just push right to your phone on your favorite podcast.
And share with us.
Yes, if you have any feedback, we'd love to hear that, because we are here for you, and we're driving this podcast with you in mind.
Exactly. So you're not alone when you can't mom.
Yes. All right, till next week. Have a great week.
Bye. Get some sleep.
Yes.